the hallmark features of ADD or ADHD. The first one is short attention span. It's really hard to focus, but not for everything. And this is what fools people. It's short attention span for regular, routine, everyday things, schoolwork, homework, paperwork, chores, the things that make life work. And if you have a half an hour of homework, parents will often say it takes him or her 2 hours to do. But for things that are new, novel, highly stimulating, or frightening, people with ADD can pay attention just fine because they have their own intrinsic dopamine. The second is they're easily distracted. And what that means is they see too much. They hear too much. They taste too much. They smell too much. So they're constantly distracted by the world coming at them. The brain is really good at suppressing unnecessary noises or unnecessary thoughts. But when your prefrontal cortex, so we'll talk about that, the front part of your brain, the front third of your brain, when it's sleepy, it can't sort of suppress the noise.
So someone who has ADHD
Can't suppress it.
Interesting.
And so the world comes at them too much. And you see it with the clothes they wear. They hate seams and they hate tags because their body feels it.
So there's something called sensory adaptation, just to touch on the last point that you mentioned, where eventually your body gets used to certain things that are around you, whether it's a bad smell, whether it's your watch that you're wearing, whatever it may be. People sometimes have a more heightened sense, and so they don't actually forget that it's there. They constantly notice it. And so it becomes something that stands out to them, or it's harder for them to just carry on their day without constantly noticing. But more of what he was saying about how they have a harder time suppressing these things, it's very true and very real that certain people have harder times with their attention span and paying attention to certain things. If you were to stimulate your prefrontal cortex, so through different stimulants, that's oftentimes what's used in terms of the medicine that's given for people who have ADHD symptoms, then you're able to kind of balance that out, counteract it, and then move on about your day with those things being relatively suppressed and more so you feeling that you are more focused on what it is that you want to achieve. So from the feeling side of things, the person with ADHD who's on these certain medications feel like they're more focused and driven to do what they need to do. But in reality, in the chemical side of things, they're actually being more dulled out in certain areas and more stimulated in other areas.